Okay, well, joining us from Younis is Dr. Ahmed al-Moghrabi. He's a head of plastic surgery and the burns department at the al-Nasser Hospital. A very warm welcome to you. So in the past few days, Israeli airstrikes have been landing only meters from the Nasser Hospital. It is, as we've been reporting, Gaza's last remaining hospital. How would you describe the situation there now?
Thank you very much for interviewing me again. Before we started actually recording my interview, we just had here, they were bombing all over around the hospital. I guess you already seen this bombing. Yes, the situation here at Nasser Hospital now became very difficult. As you know, many of evacuated people already left the hospital, and many of medical personnel now they couldn't attend the hospital, and this put a lot of pressure over our heads and over our shoulders, since we have to compensate and work more and more. Yes, situation became more disaster, and I'm asking again, as people are passing hundreds per day, they are passing away. And how many of us have to die, and how many days do we have to go with this horror, really?
Right.
I don't know.
It is an impossible question it is an impossible question for you to have to ask. I wonder, as head of plastic surgery and the burns department there, how many patients do you have, and what sort of injuries have you specifically been dealing with?
Believe me, brother, I'm telling you, I have just finished my work at the main operative theater. Every day I'm doing 10 cases every day I'm doing. I have here at the hospital hundreds of these patients. So I can't tell you the exact number, but every day we are performing surgeries since the beginning of this war. So you can guess the number. Since the beginning of this war, actually we used to do, by myself, I used to do around 20 cases. Now I'm doing between 10 to 15 cases per day. We are working continuously, brother. So I have here at the hospital my patients scattered because there are a lot. They are scattered at this hospital, at gynecological department, and the orthopedic department, and the burn unit, everywhere. Patients are scattered here at the hospital. They need care, they need proper food, they need clean water, they need, they need everything. So this is actually impossible to stand more here in this situation.
And Dr. Moghrabi, we are hearing in the background, as you are speaking, the very loud buzzing sound of aerial vehicles. Are those Israeli drones? Could you explain what we're hearing there?
Yes, I told you, since we started recording, there were all over around bombing around us, actually. That's why people like Cayus, they're starting running away at the hospital. That's why. And actually, right now, maybe the ambulance will bring patients from these explosions or these as a result of bombing.
Now, the world obviously watched with great concern about what happened at the al-Shifa hospital close to Gaza City. Are there concerns now that a similar situation will unfold at the Nasser hospital? And if so, how are you possibly preparing for that?
My God, I can't tell you. This is real horror. Real horror. If this will happen, this will be a real horror. This Nasser hospital is the main hospital now here in Gaza. It's the main hospital. Can you imagine if the Israeli will invade this hospital? It is a real horror will be. I pray for God, actually, this will not happen. Please pray for us at the outer world. This will not happen. We are not a target. Please, we are not a target. I don't know. I know Israel, they already crossed all red lines, and they committed all types of crimes, and they attacked hospitals, schools, everywhere. But this is the main hospital here, and the remnant hospital at the south of Gaza. I hope this will not happen. I can't tell you if this happened. I can't tell you the real catastrophic situation.
There are, Dr. al-Moghrabi, there are some unconfirmed reports at the moment of attempts to try and reopen the al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City. Are you hearing any information about that? Does that sound even possible?
Actually, I have some friends at al-Shifa Hospital, my colleagues at plastic and burn department at al-Shifa Hospital. Some of them actually, yeah, they returned back to al-Shifa Hospital. They are trying now to operate and work with some patients at al-Shifa Hospital. Yeah, there is some trials actually to make it happen at al-Shifa Hospital, and I hope so.
And of course, Dr. al-Moghrabi, all of this is having a massive impact on innocent people, on women and specifically children as well, bearing the brunt of this conflict. How is this impacting the very young?
Yeah, actually, I can tell you, I feel myself as a surgeon here that the Israelis are fighting children and women, innocent people. Yeah, all of patients are civilians, man. Most of them children, women, civilians. They are killing, families, children, civilians. Every day, I told you, how many of us have to die, really? Every day we have hundreds of these innocent people are passing away. I don't know how many days do we have to go with this really situation.
What about you personally, Dr. al-Moghrabi? What about you personally? Of course, this is a huge amount of strain is being placed on not only you, but other medical staff trying to do their jobs in almost an impossible situation right now.
We are trying to do our best. Actually, for myself, maybe most of you know that my family, my children, mother, wife are staying with me at this hospital. A couple of days back, when the Israeli troops they became very closer to the hospital, all of people are actually evacuated. I myself actually on Friday I took my family to secure them and in Rafah. I was trying to find one tent actually to put my family and come back to Nasser. I couldn't find a place in Rafah. I couldn't find a tent actually to put my family. It is very populated area. And can you imagine, I brought my family back to Nasser and I'm staying at Nasser to face my fate. Whatever it will cost, I'll be here at Nasser with my family. There is no place to go. There is no safe place. And Rafah is populated area, no clean water, no food, nothing there. Even I couldn't find a tent for my family there. Right. Can you imagine that? Right. So I brought my family back to the Nasser Hospital.
Dr. Ahmed al-Moghrabi, it's been really important to hear your first-hand testimony of what life is like there at the moment. All the best to you and your family, and many thanks for joining us.
Thank you.